The transatlantic slave trade was one of history's most horrific chapters. But there's a critical truth that's been buried for centuries. The people who were enslaved weren't just laborers. They were master craftsmen, agricultural experts, and skilled professionals. For too long, history has painted enslaved Africans as unskilled workers who needed to be civilized. This couldn't be further from the truth. European enslavers didn't choose people randomly. They specifically targeted individuals with valuable skills that would build their colonial economy. Rice farmers from Senegambia and West Africa possessed centuries of cultivation knowledge. Their expertise in irrigation and field management was invaluable. The swampy coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia became productive rice regions solely because of African agricultural mastery. Enslaved people from Central and West Africa brought sophisticated cattle herding techniques that were essential for the growing livestock industry. These skills weren't primitive methods. They were advanced systems developed over generations. African blacksmiths were master metalworkers whose knowledge was crucial for creating tools, weapons, and infrastructure. Their specialized skills in forging were so valuable that enslavers specifically sought them out, paying premium prices. The mainstream narrative claims Europeans brought civilization to the Americas, but the evidence tells a different story. Africans brought intricate knowledge of crop cultivation, irrigation, and rotation techniques that were far more advanced than European methods. The success of rice and indigo production in the southern United States would have been impossible without African expertise and labor. Yet history books consistently minimize these contributions, robbing African descendants of understanding their ancestors' true agency and intellect. Whitewashing history means sanitizing events to make them appear less brutal, less discriminatory, or less offensive. When we minimize the suffering of enslaved people and erase their contributions, we perpetuate dangerous myths about racial dynamics. These sanitized narratives create distorted understanding of power structures and contribute to continued racial inequities. This is especially harmful when historical revisionism and denial of systemic racism are prevalent worldwide. In Europe, many countries have been slow to confront their full role in the slave trade, often framing it as economic transaction rather than human tragedy. European education sometimes minimizes the brutality, focusing on economic benefits while disregarding African suffering. In America, slavery is often presented as disconnected from today's systemic racism, focusing on heroes who fought against it. Many curricula avoid uncomfortable topics like the exploitation of African labor or slavery's role in building the nation's economy. To understand the transatlantic slave trade fully, we must acknowledge the critical contributions of enslaved Africans to American development. Recognizing how history has been distorted helps expose broader patterns of racial injustice that continue affecting societies today. Whitewashing history disserves both those who lived through it and future generations who must understand slavery's full impact. Only by telling the truth, fully and unflinchingly, can societies begin to heal and rectify centuries of perpetuated injustices. The skills, knowledge, and humanity of enslaved Africans built nations. It's time their true story is told.